Welcome to GOA365 English News Bulletin. I'm Prajwal Desai and these are the headlines. Looks as if Goa elections too close to call. Lobbying begins. As schools set to reopen, Education Department announces relaxations like colored clothes and staggered timings. Shivaji Jayanti celebrated in the state. Dr. Pramod Sawant says Shivaji Maharaj was instrumental in preserving Hindu culture in Goa. The Congress is pulling out all stops as it feels that it has a chance at forming the government, hoping that public memory is short and that they will repeat last time's performance. Today, it alleged that there is a scam going on in the ballot paper voting. One ballot paper vote is fixed at 10,000 rupees, Congress alleged. It also alleged that government officials, including the police, are being coerced to vote for the BJP.
The ballot paper polling is allowed till 10th of March. However, government is trying to divert these votes towards BJP. A complaint was already being filed that there was influence of some minister on voting through ballot paper. However, ECI is yet to take cognizance of it. GPCC President Girish Sodankar alleged.
आज आमकां खबर आसा बॅलट पेपर्स आमी कंप्लेन इन रायटिंग कंप्लेन दिल्ली आसा त्या हेजेर इलेक्शन कमिशन अजूनही चुक्की बसून आसा तेजेर काय अजून एक्शन घेना आज एक बॅलटाची पोस्टल बॅलटाची किंमत वाडत आसा म्हणजे तुम्ही इमॅजिन करा कसो दबाव आमच्या गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्स जे आसात तेंचे वेगवेगळ्या डिपार्टमेंटाचेर येता आज एक बॅलटाचे प्राइस 10,000च्या वयर गेला म्हणजे एक वोटाक एक बॅलट आता बॅलट पेपर तेंचेकडे हाडप ते टिक करतात आणि त्याच्या नंतर ते इथून पोस्टान घालतात तेजी एक वेगळी सॅंक्टिटी आशिल्ली ती सॅंक्टिटी डिस्ट्रॉय जाल्ली आसा आणि हेका इलेक्शन कमिशनूय जबाबदार आसा आणि हेंका बेस जबाबदार बीजेपीचे लिडर्स हे जबाबदार आसा पण तुम्ही इमॅजिन करात ते ऑफर करता आसतना ऑफिशियल्सांक डायरेक्ट फोन मारून सांगता की बॅलट पेपर घेऊन यो आणि 10,000 रुपये वर म्हणजे सर्रास अफाट पैशांची इलेक्शनाकडे वापर जाऊन सुद्धा आता बॅलट पेपर्स ते आता कॅप्चर करपाक सोदतात सगळे मतदारसंघात आणि सरासरीन जवळजवळ 250 ते 300 एक मतदारसंघात मायज असतात पण एव्हरेज 250 बॅलट वोट्स एक मतदारसंघात असतात आणि बॅलट वोट्स ही इम्पॉर्टंट असतात एकदा जे जी कॉन्टेस्ट असता तो कॉन्टेस्ट सारखा क्लोज असता त्यांना बॅलेट्स डिसाइड कोण जिंकता आणि कोण हरता.
Chief Minister has given list of those voting to ballots to all their candidates. Even wireless system of police department is being used to get people's numbers.
एक म्हणजे यांचे लिस्ट असा ते लिस्ट गव्हर्नमेंटान जे मुख्यमंत्र्यान आपले सगळे कॅन्डिडेटांक दिल्ले आसा ओपोजिशन पार्टीच्या खंयच्याच कॅन्डिडेटाकडे हे लिस्ट अवेलेबल ना म्हणजे खंयच्या मतदारसंघात बॅलट पेपर्स कोणाकडे आसा हे इन्फॉर्मेशन इलेक्शन कमिशनाने मागल्या दिनात हे इन्फॉर्मेशन आमकां कशेंच मेळना आमकांच न्ही बाकीचे जितल्यो ओपोजिट पार्टी आसात तांकां कोणा मेळना फक्त म्हणजे हेजेर लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड ना जो सरकारान आसा तेका अपर हँड तेजे कडेन लिस्ट आनी फोन नंबर ऑलरेडी आसा आनी जे ना तेंचे कडेन आतां पुलीस डिपार्टमेंटाचे पूण उरल्यात तेंचे फोन नंबर आनी हे करपाक गव्हर्नमेंटाचो वायरलेस यूज करून गव्हर्नमेंट पुलीस डिपार्टमेंटाच्या ऑफिसचा यूज करून त्याचो हो दुरुपयोग करून ते मतदान आपल्या वतीन आपल्या हातीन ते करून घेवपाची जबरदस्ती आज ते करतात.
Irshad Sheikh for GOA365 from Panjim.
The schools are finally going to reopen after a long gap of 2 years. The Education Department has now announced some relaxations, which includes that uniforms are not mandatory and staggered timings amidst disquiet in some quarters.
It may be recalled that Directorate of Education in a white circular announced to reopen the schools for classes from standard 1st to 12th, including non-aided schools from Monday onwards. The sudden decision has left parents in confusion on the arrangements of their kids to send them back to school. In a circular, Director of Education Bhushan Savaikar said timing concession, if required, may be given to students in initial days. The circular said exams should be held in offline mode only and school uniforms should not be insisted upon by authorities. Bureau Report, GOA365.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Most pundits and political parties are almost certain of one thing, that unless the silent voter that they are so fond of mentioning is really there and not a figment of the imagination is really out in force, it will be a fractured mandate that is likely to be thrown up in Goa on March 10th.
The Congress is praying that last stand's miracle and vote polarization works in their favor like the last assembly elections, while the BJP hoping that the report cards and development work overcomes the anti-incumbency and the negative image created by various incidents across the country have not completely alienated the minority community in the state. However, most political parties are not leaving anything to chance and backroom negotiations have already begun with likely winners. Surprisingly, sources indicate that even some of the BJP likely winners could be persuaded to switch over in case the carrot is big enough, a la the CM post, given that the analysis indicate that either the BJP or the Congress are likely to be in need of 6 to 7 seats to form a government. Dr. Pramod Sawant, incumbent CM, Digambar Kamath, leader of opposition, Michael Lobo, North Goa strongman, Vishwajit Rane, Sattari chieftain, Sudhin Dhawlikar, old warhorse. Meanwhile, a public interest litigation has been filed in the Supreme Court seeking directions to the centre from the Election Commission to take steps to regulate the poll manifesto and make political parties accountable for promises made therein. Bureau Report, GOA365.
Shivaji Maharaj had started establishing a Hindu Rajya and preserving Hindu culture in Goa. Shivaji Maharaj has a pivotal role to preserve Hindu Sanskriti in Goa. Let's adopt his policy of running a state, Dr. Pramod Sawant said, appealing to people to imbibe Shivaji's good governance, economics and establishment of Swaraj.
The anniversary of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was celebrated with fervour at Ponda, Farmagudi on Saturday. Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant, Chief Secretary Puneet Kumar Goyal, Information Director Deepak Bandekar and other dignitaries were present. At the beginning, dignitaries gave tributes to Shivaji Maharaja statue and then the portrait.
छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांच्या पदस्पर्शात पावन जाल्ल्या या गोमंत भूमीत या फर्मागुडीच्या भूमीत आम्ही दरवर्सा मोठ्या उत्साहात छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांची जयंती हांगासर मनयता. याच बरोबर आम्ही पुराय राज्यभर वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांचे ज्या ज्या ठिकाणी पुतळे आसात त्या त्या ठिकाणच्यो स्थानिक स्वराज्य संस्था आसतले, थंयसरले होतकरू युवक आसतले, मोठ्या व्हडा उमेदीत छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांची जयंती आज गोंयभर, देशभर आणि विदेशात सुद्धा मनयता. ही भारतीयांच्या खातीर खरोखरूच गौरवाची गजाल आसा. 392 वर्सां उपरांत आज महानायक छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराज हांची जयंती पुराय देश आणि विदेशात मनोवप ही खरोखरूच देशवासियां खातीर एक महान घटना आसा. आम्ही सगळे जाण म्हणटा की या सगळ्या छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांच्यो शुभेच्छा दिता आसतना छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांचे सगळे गुण आम्ही आजच्या युवकांनी अवगतपाक जाय. ह्या राज्यातले बेतूळ फोर्ट आसतलो, ह्या राज्यातलो आमच्या हांगासली मंदिरां जी शाबूत उरली जर कोणा खातीर आसत जाल्यार ती छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजा खातीरच. आणि ह्या गोमंत भूमीक खरें म्हटल्यार आमी हिंदू संस्कृती आसतले. सुराज्य स्थापनेची सुरवात ही छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांच्या पासून सुरुवात जाल्ली.
साथियों, छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज एक उन्नत और सुव्यवस्थित नागरिक प्रशासन प्रणाली बनाने के लिए जाने जाते थे. भारतीय इतिहास में उनकी भूमिका और अपार योगदान ने उन्हें देश का महानायक बना दिया। ऐसे महान नेता पर हम सभी भारतीयों को गर्व है। हर साल शिव जयंती गोवा, महाराष्ट्र, कर्नाटका और नॉर्थ के भी कुछ राज्यों में बहुत धूमधाम से और उत्साह के साथ मनाई जाती है। यह दिन मराठों की समृद्ध सांस्कृतिक विरासत के उत्सव को भी देखता है। इस दिन लोग महान मराठा योद्धा छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज को श्रद्धांजलि देकर और उनके योगदान को स्वीकार करके उनको याद करते हैं।
Maratha Yatra was organized on the occasion. Traditional songs were sung, Lazim dance were performed by the students. That was the attraction of the program. Shiv Jayanti was also celebrated at Ravindra Bhavan in Vasco. Local artist Vinod Naik gifted a Shivaji Maharaja portrait to Ravindra Bhavan. The portrait was unveiled by the dignitaries. Ravindra Bhavan president and Vasco chairperson highlighted how Shivaji Maharaj ran its state affairs.
छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांक वंदन। आयज आमचे मुरगांवचे आर्टिस्ट श्री विनोद नाईक यांच्यानी हे छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांचे तेलचित्र हांगासर अर्पण केला येद्या मोठ्या सायजीन। खरं म्हटल्यार ते तेलचित्र पळयतना आंगार काठो येता आनी दोळ्यांत दुखां येता की उबेऊब महाराज आज आमच्या मदीं आसा अशें दिसता। अशे कलाकार आर्टिस्ट आमच्या मुरगांवान आसा, गोंयांत आसा, ही आमकां मोठी खुशेची गजाल। छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांचे जे तेंच्यांनी 350 वर्षां पूर्वी ते जन्माक आयले, अवघे 50 वर्ष ते जगले, पूण तेंची आज कारकीर्द देशभर जगभर सगळे कडेन लोक उगडास करता। आमी सुद्धा आयच्या दिसाक या छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराज जयंती दिसाक आमी सगळ्यांनी तेंची जी शिकवण असली, जे कार्य असले ते आत्मसात करपाची गरज आसा।
जयंती निमित्त सगळ्यांक शिवाजी जयंतीचे हार्दिक शुभेच्छा। तसेच हांव आमचो विनोद नाईक यांचे बी अभिनंदन करता। त्यांनी जी आपणाची कला ह्या पोर्ट्रेटान दाखयली त्याच्या बद्दल त्याचे अभिनंदन। आयज शिवाजी बद्दल सांगपाचें म्हटल्यार शिवाजी महाराजान जी स्वराज्य स्थापन केलें आनी त्या स्वराज्य स्थापन केल्या नंतर त्यांनी जे सुशासन दिले लोकांक सगळ्यांक, त्याचे खरेंच अभिनंदन। त्या काळान ते जे सुशासन दिले ते आजच्या काळान ना। माझे एकूच म्हणणें आहा, आज जे राजकारणी आहा त्यांच्यानी जी शिवाजी महाराजान सुशासन तेन्ना दिल्ले त्याचे धडे घेवपाचे आनी आयच्या काळान ते सुशासन आमच्या गोर गरिबांक लोकांक दिले जाल्यार आमचे हे आतांचे भारत इंडिया जे एक बरे राज्य म्हणून ना जाल्यार बरे देश म्हणून फुड्यान येवंक शकता।
हांव काय व्हडलो मनीस न्हय, एक आदीचे ड्रॉइंग काडलें। म्हाका एक्चुअली शिवाजी म्हाजो एक खऱ्यान एक शिवाजी म्हाका एक म्हाजो रोल मॉडल आहा आनी तेजे म्हाका शहराचे शिवाजीचे खऱ्यांनी बरें दिसता। म्हटल्यार एक म्हटल्यार तेणी झिरोसून स्टार्ट केलें। आमी आतां म्हणटा आमचे कडेन कितें ना, हें ना, हांव कितें करतलो हें करतलो, तशें पळोवपाक गेल्यार शिवाजी महाराजां कडेन कितें नासलें, पण तेणी मेन म्हटल्यार झिरोसून स्टार्ट केलें आनी इतलें करून दाखयलें। आमी आमचे कडेन कितें ना म्हणून ते रडत बसच्या पेक्षा कितें तरी आसा तितून बरें करपाचें, इतलेंच म्हाजें शिवाजी महाराजा कडसून प्रेरणा आहा म्हाजे कडेन आनी हांव प्रयत्न करतां।
Krishna Naik and Hiru Mahale for GOA365 from Ponda and Vasco.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. India reported 22,270 new fresh COVID cases, 14% lower than yesterday, and 325 deaths in the last 24 hours. Goa meanwhile reported 70 new cases and 1 death, while positivity rate now stands at 3.3%.
A decrease of 38,353 cases has been recorded in the active COVID-19 caseload in a span of 24 hours. The country also recorded 60,298 recoveries today, taking the total number of recoveries to over 4.2 crores. The active cases comprise 0.59% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate stands at 98.21%. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 1.80%, while the weekly positivity rate was recorded at 2.50%, according to the ministry. Additionally, the cumulative doses administered in the country so far under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive have exceeded 175 crore. 22,270 cases in the last 24 hours, 325 deaths in a span of 24 hours. Daily national positivity rate at 1.80%, weekly positivity rate at 2.50%, 60,298 recoveries in the last 24 hours. 175 crore vaccine doses administered so far. Goa meanwhile has seen cases briefly below 100 cases a day, and the state is now all geared up to open schools and kickstart the tourism industry. However, the state has still been reporting 2 to 3 deaths daily due to the virus. 70 fresh cases today, 1 death in the last 24 hours. Positivity rate at 3.3%. Active cases now at 677. Bureau Report, GOA365.
Now for the weather. With the state witnessing mainly warm weather, minimum temperatures are expected to drop by around 2 degrees Celsius after another 3 days. Maximum and minimum temperatures are likely to hover around 32 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius respectively. Minimum temperatures are expected to fall by 2 degrees Celsius after the next 3 days.
The weather is very likely to remain dry for the next 5 days starting 19th February, according to the IMD reports. Haze and light fog were observed at isolated places early today morning and is expected tomorrow as well. Skies will remain partly cloudy for the rest of the day. No weather or fishermen warnings have been issued so far. Dry weather for the next 5 days. Maximum and minimum temperatures today 32 degrees Celsius and 20 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperatures to drop by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius after 72 hours. Haze and light fog expected early tomorrow morning. No weather and fishermen warnings issued so far. Bureau Report, GOA365 with inputs from IMD.
With that, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. For more news and updates, log into our website www.goa365.tv. Follow us on Facebook GOA365 TV. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel GOA365 TV. Or download our app, which is available on both Android and iOS to watch all the latest news and updates on your mobile. Take care, stay safe and keep watching GOA365.